In 587 BC, the Babylonian army destroyed Jerusalem. They broke down the walls, Jerusalem was reduced to rubble, and the temple was burned to the ground. There was tremendous bloodshed. The psalmist says that blood was poured out like water. Judah was the object of scorn and derision, and worst of all, the temple, the place where God had put his name, was defiled. King Zedekiah's sons were slaughtered in front of his eyes, and Zedekiah himself was blinded and taken as a captive to Babylon, and all but the poorest people of the land were taken as captives as well. The Davidic hope of a kingdom that would stretch from sea to sea, a kingdom of blessing, of justice and of prosperity, receded from the immediate present. The Jews did not know how they could ever return to their land. They mourned for the loss of Zion, the loss of the temple, and the loss of their kingdom. Within small clusters of 2 or 3 psalms, we find ourselves moving in microcycles, from a lament to a song of trust or thanksgiving. For example, in Psalm 22, a lament, we begin, my God, why have you forsaken me?" But then we move to a psalm of trust. The Lord is my shepherd. So we can travel through a series of adjoining psalms. This can extend the movement within a psalm as we add trust or thanksgiving or praise to our original lament. These microcycles have been called a dynamic cycle of prayer and praise. The Psalms of Book 4 present God as the eternal dwelling place of his people. They show him enthroned over creation and reigning over the world and the nations. These psalms also evoke the landscapes of the Exodus and the wilderness wanderings of the people of Israel. We see the patriarchs wandering from one kingdom to another, Moses and Aaron leading the people out of Egypt, God leading Israel with a pillar of fire, the manna in the desert, the people quarrelling with Moses at Massah and Meribah, Moses bringing water from the rock, the golden calf at Sinai, Moses praying for Israel, the entry into the promised land. We see oppression by foreign nations in the time of the judges. These psalms describe the errors and rebellions of past generations. They look forward to a second Exodus, and they call on the current generation to avoid repeating the mistakes of their ancestors. In the words of Psalm 95, "Today, if only you would hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the wilderness, where your ancestors tested me. They tried me, though they had seen my works."